Hi there, I'm Wendy White, messaging strategist for extraordinary entrepreneurs, which is why I'm talking to you today. I have got a super exciting announcement that you're absolutely going to love. Ready? In the last 2 years, I've become famous, well, at least well known, for doing the best free challenge in the history of ever, the Brand Stories That Convert Challenge. Now, if you were there, you know this. You felt it, you wrote me rave reviews, you invited all your friends, you got such amazing results from this challenge. And I absolutely loved it. I love the challenge format. It's a really fantastic way to connect, to teach, super fun and exciting. And it's a really fantastic way for you to get to know what it's like to work with me in extraordinary impact. And in a world full of coaches running BS workshops and challenges, the results that people got from my challenge were astonishing. They created a brand story that actually got them immediate strategy calls booked, that made sales. And in fact, in one of our last challenges, one of our challengers made $9,600 in the first 2 days of a free live challenge, just based on what I taught. Pretty cool, right? So I love the brand story challenge, but I taught it as a challenge for the last time in 2021, and I have been missing doing an event like this. So I'm absolutely super excited to share that I've created a stunning new challenge that is going to be even better, the Instant Impact Challenge. This is a free live 5-day challenge to create the unique and compelling introduction that you must have as a thought leader. Now, I can hear you ask already, why would I do a challenge on something as basic as an introduction? I mean, everyone's got an introduction already, right? You've probably got several of those handy dandy fill in the blank formulas that you use in different places. So why am I creating this challenge? Is this a challenge for absolute business beginners? No way, Jose, because while I can absolutely help a brand new entrepreneur save years of struggle and waste, you know that that is not my ideal client and who I'm building things for. My sweet spot, the people I can really create magic for, are experienced, successful, purpose-driven coaches and consultants. You're already out there on all of the platforms doing networking and speaking, getting featured in the media, but you're leaving money and opportunity and fantastic leads on the table because your brand messaging isn't where it needs to be. And in the meantime, all of the busy work and the hustling has made your lifestyle and your success really feel alarmingly unsustainable. You know that you need to confidently communicate what you do and why it matters so that all of that sales and marketing you're doing impacts a greater audience and brings in your truly ideal clients quickly and simply so that you can unleash your thought leadership on a grander scale so that you can make an extraordinary impact on the world. So why do you need to work on your introduction? Honestly, introductions are more important than ever, as more and more people are turning to networking and relationship marketing and podcasts and speaking for their client getting. That introduction is absolutely crucial. You need an introduction even more places than you need a brand story that converts. You won't even be able to tell your brand story if you cannot introduce yourself well. That first impression is critical. And the truth is, most people's introductions are really doing them a serious disservice. They are unclear, they are confusing, and they sound just like everybody else. What I am seeing over and over again is that these talented entrepreneurs are blowing it in their first few words, and worse, they know it. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You go to introduce yourself on a podcast, in a summit, in a networking group that is filled with your ideal client. And as you introduce yourself, you realize that you are person 10,000 saying, I'm a business coach helping entrepreneurs scale to 6 or 7 figures. Or I help women over 40 to live their best lives. You start watching as your audience's eyes glaze over because your intro is so boring and so generic that they have stopped listening 3 words in. And right now they're mentally checking their Netflix queue. And worst of all, you realize that instead of making that fantastic first impression as the thought leader you are so ready to become, you're coming across as just another coach. So despite all of that work that you are doing to be visible, you might as well be invisible. You know what would be better? An introduction that creates immediate understanding of what you do and why it matters. An introduction that causes those absolutely ideal clients to recognize themselves in your words, to recognize that you are talking to them, that they need what you do. An introduction that creates curiosity, so they want to know more and want to have more conversation. An introduction that creates that incredibly fantastic first impression, and that is memorable because you not only sound clear and confident, but unique. You are saying this in a way that no one else is saying. Best of all, an introduction that makes all of your current marketing efforts actually pay off, and that allows you to step into a higher level of visibility because you're that confident and comfortable with communicating your unique genius in any situation. Wouldn't you like that? This is exactly why I created the Instant Impact Challenge. In this free live 5-day challenge, you're going to create the unique and compelling introduction that you must have as a thought leader. This is your chance to clearly, concisely, and confidently explain what you do so that it speaks directly to the hearts and wallets of your truly ideal clients. You can say goodbye forever to cringing, to confusion, and to drowning in a sea of cookie cutter coaches and consultants, and say hello with a come-hither introduction that makes an instant impact. The Instant Impact Challenge kicks off Monday, May 9th, and doors are open now. I would love to have you join us, and I'm going to drop the link right below. Take your introduction from just another coach to thought leader. Join the Instant Impact Challenge, and we will do it together. Now go be extraordinary.